Hello, and welcome to No Limit. You know that voice in your head? Not the one that reminds you to buy milk, the other one. The one that, after you make a tiny mistake, says, "Oh, you idiot." Or the one that replays your most embarrassing moments right as you're trying to fall asleep. Today we're going to meet that voice and learn how to stop letting it be the boss of us. You look a little down, buddy. What's on your mind?
I was telling a joke to myself in my head, but then I forgot the punchline.
That happens to everyone. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal. The voice in my head said, "You can't even remember a simple joke. You're not a funny person." And now I feel bad.
That voice, the one that took a tiny slip up and turned it into, "You're not a funny person," that's a voice we all know. It's our inner critic, and it leads to a question that so many of us struggle with. Why is the voice inside my head so critical and mean to me all the time?
Because it's a monster?
It feels like a monster, but it's not. It's more like a really difficult roommate that lives in your head.
A roommate in my head? Does he pay rent? Does he leave his socks on the floor?
He pays no rent, and he leaves emotional socks all over the floor. This roommate has been with you your whole life, so they know all your secrets and failures, and their favorite hobby is replaying your greatest mistakes on the big screen TV in your mind, usually at 3 a.m.
One moment, let me see if I have this right. You have a voice in your head, and this voice is not only not you, but it is actively and consistently rude to you. Good heavens. This is not a psychological quirk. This is a constitutional crisis. It implies a complete and utter breakdown of governance within the commonwealth of your own mind. An inner roommate? Not just a roommate, but a difficult one. You mean to tell me there is a churlish, rent-dodging entity lounging about in the drawing room of your mind, critiquing your every move? It's not just dreadful, it's a profound failure of personal administration. One simply must have standards for one's mental occupants. Your mind sounds like a ghastly student bedsit, dirty teacups of old regrets in the sink, loud music of anxiety playing at all hours, and this dreadful roommate who never buys his own milk. My mind, by contrast, is a meticulously curated, stately home. The halls are silent, save for the occasional, perfectly timed echo of "Bravo." It is a grand, solitary cathedral. There is only me, the deity, and my inner voice, and an inner critic, utterly baffling. My inner voice, whom I call Barrington, is not a critic. He is a hype man. A tireless, devoted sycophant. His commentary consists entirely of phrases like "simply masterful, that particular shade of pink," or "another stationary moment of profound contemplation." You've outdone yourself, sir. He is, in short, a connoisseur of my continued perfection. And this roommate of yours thinks it's helping by protecting you from failure. Utter codswallop. That is like saying a heckler at the opera is helping the soprano by pointing out she's slightly off-key. It is not protection, it is sabotage born of insecurity. A truly secure being, such as myself, does not require a designated pessimist to keep it in check. This entire predicament stems from your bizarre obsession with duality. You see yourselves as a battlefield. You must fact-check your roommate and take back the remote control. It's like presenting a carefully compiled dossier of your good deeds to a badger who is currently trying to chew through your floorboards. The badger is not interested. I am a glorious singularity, a unified field theory of fluff. There is no conflict here. It simplifies things enormously. So you see, this inner roommate is not some external demon to be exorcised. It is the very voice of your inherent flaws. It is the part of you that recognizes, quite correctly, that you are not a flawless, divinely conceived ball of spun sugar. It is the nagging factual report on your own inadequacy. A problem, I am utterly delighted to say, which requires a level of imperfection I simply cannot fathom. Now, if you'll excuse me, Barrington has just cleared his throat, which I take to mean another sonnet about Bartholomew's stoicism is forthcoming. One simply must be present for one's staff. It's only proper. Toodle-oo.
Why is he so mean?
This is the craziest part. Your inner roommate thinks they're helping you. They believe that by constantly pointing out your flaws, they're protecting you from getting hurt or failing in the future. It's a terrible strategy, but it started from a misguided attempt to keep you safe.
But it doesn't feel safe. It feels bad.
Exactly. And our mistake is that we believe everything our roommate says. We think they're the landlord of our mind. We let them control the TV remote, choose all the movies, and decide what we think about. But you can't evict this roommate, so you have to learn to set some firm house rules.
Like no jumping on the bed?
Just like that. The first house rule is you have to give your roommate a name. Something a little silly, like Grumpy Gary or Professor Pouty. When the mean voice starts, you can say to yourself, "Oh, Gary's at it again." This helps you remember that it's their opinion, not a fact. It's them talking, not you.
Okay, my roommate's name is Sir Nitpick. What's rule 2?
Rule 2 is you have to fact-check their stories. Your roommate is a drama queen. They exaggerate everything. When Sir Nitpick says you never do anything right, you become a detective. You ask, "Never? Is that really 100% true? What about yesterday when I built that awesome fort?" You have to fight their drama with facts.
And the last rule.
Rule 3 is the most important. Take back the remote control. You are the owner of the house, not them. You decide what plays on the TV in your mind. When your roommate starts playing that old movie of the time you spilled juice on everything, you can say, "Thanks, Gary, but I've seen this one before." And then you actively change the channel by thinking of a happy memory, or focusing on the taste of your food, or just looking out the window. So the goal isn't to silence your inner roommate. That's impossible. The goal is to change your relationship with them, to go from being a scared tenant to being the calm, firm landlord of your own mind. You listen to them, you fact-check them, and then you calmly remind them who's really in charge.
Daddy, I just remembered the punchline to my joke.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to tell it to myself now. My inner roommate, Sir Nitpick, is probably not going to like it, but I don't care. It's my brain, and I have the remote.